BTS, Tampa, Florida. This is your number before you go. Let's get into it. You guys are going to be at the Raymond James Stadium on 3 days: Saturday, April 25th, Sunday, April 26th, and Tuesday, April 28th. Capacity of that venue is 75,000 attendees. Parking lots are going to open at 8:30 a.m. Box office, 12 o'clock p.m. The ticket office is located in the South Plaza between Gates Suzuki Marine and Fifth Third Bank. I'm including a picture to show you where. Gates are going to open at 5:30 and show starts at 8 o'clock p.m. All floor seaters, please enter through the forward gate. I'm going to include a picture showing you where that's located. Once again, floor seaters, you will be using the forward gate. Bags. I'm sure everybody knows by now, and if not, bags for the Raymond James Stadium can be no bigger than 4.5 by 6.5. Okay, 4.5 by 6.5 is your maximum size. I'm going to include in a picture of one of the bags that I kind of see floating around as an option because it has the hooks that you can hook things onto the bag as well. And I do think it also has the capability of attaching your phone to the bag. Crossbodies are fine. Those are fine bags to have, just no fanny packs. So nothing that can attach around your waist as a bag is going to be allowed. The only exception to this rule is medical bags. Okay, if you have to bring a medical bag for a reason, they want you to make sure that you use the correct gates. Okay, and then you shouldn't have any issue. You should enter through the disabled gate A, which is at the forward gate, or the disabled gate C, which is at the Suzuki Marine, where your bag will be searched and you'll receive a medical tag. If you have club access, you may still enter through the club entrance. You'll be asked to remove your personal items from the bag while going through security, as you cannot have any personal items in the bag as you enter. Okay, so just prepare accordingly and make sure you use the right gates if you need a medical bag. Lockers will be available just in case you bring something to the venue that is not allowed in. It will be located on Tom McEwen Boulevard, south of the Suzuki Marine Gate. There is going to be a cost involved. It does not say how much they're going to cost, but this is an option in case there's something that is not allowed in the venue. At least you'll have a place to put it if you do not have a car to go back to. One light stick per person will be allowed. They do mention that lanyards or straps for the light stick will be allowed as well, but they cannot be in a bag. Okay, they cannot be in a bag. Freebies will be permitted inside the stadium. They want you to make sure they fit in your hand, your pocket, your 4.5 by 6.5 bag, or on your person. Items exclusively holding freebies will not be permitted. Okay, so if you just have a bag dedicated just to freebies, that bag is not going to be permitted. You'll have to consolidate it either in your hand, your pocket, your 4.5 by 6.5 bag, or on your person. Cameras, professional cameras, cameras with detachable lenses, and attachable phone lenses are not going to be permitted. No video cameras, GoPros, no drones. They're strictly prohibited on stadium property, including the parking lots, the stadium exterior, and the inside of the stadium. No camera bags or cases, and no binocular cases. Okay, that was a lot. What is permitted? The cameras on your phone, a point and shoot camera, a disposable camera, and typically your Polaroid cameras. Okay, all of those typically are allowed. None of them are typically considered professional. Just make sure that even your point and shoots have a lens. If they have a lens on it that's attached, it has to be very short. Typically, they don't like them past at least 3 inches. Okay, once it kind of gets past that 2.5 and 3 inches, then they can start to deem them as professional cameras, and then it won't be allowed in. So if you're going to bring a point and shoot, keep it small and simple. No selfie sticks, gimbals, or extenders. If you have to pick up tickets from the box office, please bring your ID. If you plan on purchasing alcohol that night, you will also need to bring your ID. If you have mace or pepper spray on your keychain, please remember to take that off. That is considered an official weapon and will not be allowed into the venue. Portable fans, they are allowed. I would suggest that you definitely do bring a portable fan to this event. I use something like this. It has the capability of turning on an AC portion of this that then blows out cold air. I know there are many versions of fans on the market. There's even one of this that is now a little bit smaller. So if that's your preference, you can also purchase that. But I definitely recommend a fan and one that has the ability to blow out super cold air. I can turn this all the way up full force, and I can turn the cold aspect of it all the way down, and the air gets pretty cold. And this fan lasts a pretty long time. As long as it's fully charged, this fan will blow for a long time. So I definitely recommend bringing yourself a portable fan. Portable chargers, definitely allowed. I would say try to keep it compact, small. This one is magnetized, as you can see. It attached to the back of my phone, and I take this thing wherever I go. but they are definitely allowed. And I recommend bringing one just in case, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of recording going on that night. And you want to make sure that you can capture all your memories and your phone doesn't die. So bring your portable chargers. They do mention no aerosol or spray bottles of sunscreen. Umbrellas are not going to be allowed. Posters. Only handheld signs are going to be permitted into the stadium, and they must meet the following guidelines. All signs must be 11 by 15 or smaller. Signs can't be made of wood or metal. The content of the sign is event related and in good taste as determined by the Tampa Sports Authority. Signs can't be commercial, political, or obscene in nature. They can't obstruct another guest's view or stadium signage. They may not be attached to rails or other signs. So those are the rules for posters. The venue is cashless. So if you want to buy merch, you want to buy food, you want to buy drinks, tap to pay or bring your cards. It is a smoke-free venue. Smoking and tobacco, including e-cigarettes and vapes, are not allowed. They have a strict no re-entry policy, so be careful. If you go outside of those gates, you will need a brand new ticket to get in. Outside food is not allowed. The only exception to this are for patrons that are infants or toddlers or for those with medical needs. Wheelchairs. They do not mention that they have a wheelchair service or wheelchair escort service available at this venue, but they do have storage for wheelchairs available at all guest services booths. They do mention that they're not responsible for wheelchairs, and patrons leaving them at guest services do so at their own risk. ADA drop-offs, there are two locations. One is the West Side drop-off, which is going to be under the Steinenbrenner Bridge off of Dale Marbury Highway between Tampa Bay Boulevard and MLK Boulevard. They mentioned this drop-off location is accessible traveling north on Dale Marbury Highway only. Then your second is the East Side drop-off. They mentioned southbound Himes Avenue turn lane onto Tampa Bay Boulevard between Lot BC entrance and Tampa Bay Boulevard. This drop-off location is accessible by traveling south on Himes Avenue only. So those are your two ADA drop-off locations. Parking can be purchased through Spot Hero, ParkWiz in advance, or you can pay for parking the day of as you drive up to the venue. If you wanted to do day of, just remember that a lot of times they do parking at an increased rate the day of versus if you buy it in advance. If you do day of, please remember that all the lots are cashless. You're going to need a card or tap to pay to purchase your parking, and there's no re-entry into the parking lots. So once you're in, you're in. If you want to leave and come back, you'll have to pay for parking all over again. Now, I will demonstrate Spot Hero because out of the two options between Spot Hero and ParkWiz, I'm liking what Spot Hero is giving as options much better than ParkWiz. Okay, but if you wanted to use ParkWiz, it is the same premise as the way I'm going to show you going through Spot Hero. So with Spot Hero, this can be done on their app or on their website. In the Where Are You Going box, you can just simply enter BTS. And then if you scroll up, you'll see upcoming events and you will see your respective show. I will let you know that the Friday show only has one lot available at this moment. So that one is pretty much sold out. There's about 3 spots left at the Friday show. So I'll pick the Saturday show because it has more options available. I would encourage you to make sure that you look at all of the details for your respective lot if you choose one. I will choose the third one, the $15 one, where it says it's one left. You see that it gives you your time of arrival. You can arrive at 7 p.m. and must be out by the next day at 7 p.m. So they're giving you 24 hours. If you scroll up under amenities, this is where you will find if they also have ADA parking. This one does. And any additional information. So just make sure if you choose to go this route, you read all the details that are included in your lot. This one also tells you that it is a 28-minute walk back to the venue. So a little bit of a hike, but it is $15. So that is probably why it is priced as such. But this is one option along with ParkWiz. If anyone is interested in tailgating, it is permitted in the stadium's parking lot. They do ask that you respect your fellow fans by only occupying one 10 by 24 parking spot. Saving spaces is not permitted. Amplified sound systems, the use of radios, audio devices with external speakers at loud levels, or inappropriate language is prohibited. Tailgating should only take place directly behind each fan's own vehicle. Blocking other spots, walkways, or any aisleways with tents, trailers, chairs, coolers, or barbecues is not allowed. Drive lanes must be left clear for emergency vehicle at all times. Okay, so those are the policies around tailgating if anyone is interested. Transportation to the venue. You do have the option of Uber. Okay, their Uber location drop-off is going to be at George M. Steinbrenner Field. I'll include a picture showing you that location. You'll note the yellow star. That is the drop-off pickup area. There's 2 yellow stars there. One is entering, where you should enter, and the other portion is where the drop-off area will be. Weather for those days. Saturday, 66 degrees, a few clouds from time to time, 80% humidity. Sunday, 66, a few clouds from time to time, 82% humidity. And Tuesday, 68, mostly clear skies and 79% humidity. So a beautiful but warm day for a show. Tampa, that is your number 4 You Go. All right, guys, it is almost go time. I know everybody is so excited for this concert. Everybody has been getting ready. Last tips that I would advise, there are a few. This venue is outside. I'm sure everybody knows that by now. I just told you the weather. The humidity plays a huge factor in how warm things get. It seems like it's going to be rather warm. So I definitely would encourage people to bring portable fans if they can, because that is going to help. Okay. Because it gets very, very hot in these venues when you get this amount of people together. So a portable fan is essential. Have your tickets available and downloaded within your Ticketmaster app or mobile wallet before you reach the gate. Okay, that's going to keep things moving nice and smoothly. I would encourage people to purchase your prepaid parking. It's just going to make things that much easier. It will keep things moving as well. If you purchase the prepaid parking, make sure you download that pass. Have it on your phone ready to show. It's better if you have it ready to show than having to go back in your app and your email and trying to find things. Okay, that's going to hold up parking. It's going to take much longer to get into those gates. But if you have things ready, we're going to move that much smoother. Pack your patience. 70 some thousand people come into a space for an event at one time. It's a lot of people. Okay, and it's going to be warm. So pack your patience, let's have fun. Let's respect each other. I feel like getting there is half of the battle. Getting back home is probably going to be the worst part of it all. So pack your patience. If you have any questions, any comments, feel free to drop them. I do try to get back to you as quickly as I can. If Tampa is not your stop on this BTS tour, but you're going to one of the upcoming cities on this tour and you would like to be in the number 4 You Go for your show, please feel free to give me a follow if you're not following me. I am covering this whole tour until its completion, as well as many of the other hot tours that we are having in the year 2026. So if you want to be in the number 4 You Go to enjoy your show, I'm your girl, Tampa. You guys have the pleasure and the responsibility of opening up the ARIRANG Tour and welcoming BTS back. You better make that stadium rock. Do you hear me? Make that stadium rock. In addition, please make sure you prepare, leave early, pack your patience, bring your fans, get hydrated, be safe, and most importantly, enjoy the show, y'all. Bye.